What's going on, guys? Spencer D here, and I got a fitness scam script here for y'all that I'm going to read through, and I'm going to throw some pictures up on screen so you can follow along here. So it starts when you walk into the gym. The eyes of the employees go on you, and they assess, does this person look like they know anything about fitness? Does this person look like they can be taken advantage of? Oh, man. So the meet and greet, basically the setup is the front desk employee. It says, hello, is friendly. Is this your first time to the gym? Have you signed? Do you have a membership somewhere else? Do you need a membership? We're here to help you out. And then moving on, they basically walk you over to a salesperson here. It's a setup. So as they're walking you over there, they're talking to you about your fitness journey a little bit and having some casual conversation, full well knowing they're going to put you into the hands of somebody who's going to have some lines. And what they're going to do is basically everything you converse about, they're just going to try to find a way to convince you to buy personal training, whether it's good for you or whether it's not. Now, let's be honest, guys. Is personal training and training in the gym good for any human being? Yes, training in the gym is good, but wasting your money on something you don't need or poor training quality of people, of trainers, is something I just don't believe in. You find a lot of commercial gym stuff just is very subpar as far as members and how high their level is. But most people are on a low level. So let's just keep going, which is why they're easy to take advantage of. So they basically set you up, introduce you to this person who's a fitness sales rep who's, oh, he's a guru. He's helped so many people out of this and that, which is not true. The person that was training me on this ate 3 eggs per meal, which is 18 grams of protein. Fool was getting less than 15 grams of protein a day, trying to tell me he knew stuff about diet and fitness. Anyway, back to the script. Basically, you give them a tour. So once the sales reps got you, they give you a tour. And during this tour, this is what you show them. You show how great the gym is, what it's got to offer. And you say, we're going to get you the results you're looking for. And then you continue walking through. You point at somewhere, maybe like turf or something in the gym. And you go, this is where you'll be working with your trainer. Another quote, I quote here, I'm excited for you. All responses you're supposed to make to this individual to build them up along this narrative that they need personal training. And then this is where it's going to happen in this gym that they walked into where you're having this conversation. After that, you're basically going to bring them back to the desk. And you're going to talk to them about where they're at in their fitness journey. So a quote here on the paper says, great, so we're going to set you up with a membership, but the last thing is I do not want to sell you a membership without getting you results. So they're putting doubts in your head right there that you're not going to get results unless I set you up correctly. Because you, the gym member, don't know anything about fitness. Remember, at least that's the frame the fitness salesman's trying to push, right? So during this process at the desk, you're supposed to discuss goals and you're supposed to educate them on the most effective way to get to their goals. You're basically supposed to educate them that if they want to make a positive change in their body, strength training is how you do it. Because a lot of people are cardio based. They think cardio will get them the arbitrary lose weight sort of deal that most people seem to think is going to make them look good.
40 minutes and 1 more calorie. You got to be kidding me.
When in reality, strength training and building muscle is what does it. So anyway, moving forward, basically after that, you take their weight, you check their body fat, and you put a chart in front of them. And on one side of the chart, it's green, and one side of the chart, it's red. And obviously red is where you don't want to be, green is where you do want to be. And you're basically supposed to paint a picture from you are here and we want you here. You know what I mean? Like you're talking to a 3rd grader or something like that. So during this process, again, you're taking advantage of the fact that this person walking in doesn't know anything about fitness. And if you're watching this video, you might know something about fitness. So it may not be you, but there are other people out there. Trust me. So you break it down for them. 25% fat for a female is considered healthy. 20% and down for male is healthy. You basically tell them that that's the average, which sure, there's a little bit of truth to that. And then after that, you basically say, well, where do you want to be on the chart? And obviously they say, I want to be in the healthy area. Who doesn't, right? Then at that point, you're going to ask them, is this gym practical, right? So you're going to say, you love the gym, right? Is it close to your home? We have the amenities you're looking for. You're trying to build your gym up sell it. This is the place you want to be, right? So they're going to agree to those things because obviously it's a nice gym. Commercial gyms can be pretty nice. And then after that, there's one of two ways. They're very interested and they want to sign up, right? Which is very rare. And at that point, you get 3 commitment questions. What are you going to pay with? When are you coming in to book your workout? And then your ID, so on and so forth. But most people aren't that excited about it. They're kind of like half doubt. So it kind of gives you an alternative script here. And it says, let's just say you check in today and you work out. What is your workout going to look like to achieve your weight loss goal? And most people, when hit with that question, have no idea.
I don't think this thing's working.
That's because you're facing the wrong way, man.
Oh man, how am I gonna hit my weight loss goal? My doctor just told me I need to start working. I don't know how to work out. The salesman or whoever it is trying to put doubt in your head that you can't do it alone. And then at that point, when you realize, oh shit, moment, the salesman follows up with another question, and it's, so is it fair to say that you need a game plan? So again, you're painting yourself as the savior to somebody who is very ignorant about physical fitness and so on and so forth. And then what you do is you tell them, you bait them in even further. I'll give you a free hour of paid training just to get you going. And they're going to incorporate nutrition, cardio, and strength training. So you build it up with something special, right? Nutrition, cardio, strength training. I'm going to learn about all those things. Oh my God. So at that point, you go over their numbers with them too. And you get their body fat, their weight, their height, and stuff like that. And then recommend to them at a basic, I quote here, 10 pounds of lean muscle. You recommend to them they should build 10 pounds of lean muscle, which is not a bad recommendation. Actually, I would probably recommend that to most of you all out there. Build 10 pounds. It's a nice little touch to the body. But here, let me keep going and you'll see why they say 10 pounds. So it takes 4 to 6 weeks to gain 1 pound of muscle. If you're looking to build muscle, you're going to take around 10 to 12 months to get permanent results, the script says. Oh man, that's hilarious, bro. Permanent results. Look, you're not going to keep the muscle unless your diet's right. You got to keep eating right. Otherwise, the muscle gets cannibalized by your own body, each muscle for energy, unless you have a diet to support it. So permanent results is a bit of a stretch to say. Your body can have some permanent results from training and muscle memory from training, but permanent muscle, no such thing. You got to eat to keep it, bro. So then it says here, moving on forward, the average person drops 1 pound of fat per week. So you're looking at 4 months to lose all this weight, right? That's dishonest. People are different and people make different choices every day. If your diet's tighter and your calorie deficit is bigger, you're going to drop more fat than 1 pound of fat per week. So it's really overgeneralizing it and just trying to put a number on it to stick to the narrative that you need 10 to 12 months. So keep that in mind. They're trying to paint out that you need 10 to 12 months. So the next section here is let's talk about your schedule, your accountability. How many days a week do you want to work out and come into the gym, right? And then you'd let them know we have programs that have 3 times a week, right? And during these sessions, you're going to have 5 to 10 minutes of a warm-up, 25 minutes of strength training, and with your trainer, 15 to 30 minutes of a cardiovascular program afterwards. So you only get 25 minutes out of that whole hour with a trainer. Your trainer is not with you during the warm-up, and he's not with you doing the cardio. So you're paying for a full hour, you're getting 25 minutes in reality. So moving on, you let them know you have 2 times a week and 1 times a week. If 3 is too much, sometimes people don't have that much free time in their schedule. Yeah. Moving on, and you basically say, out of these 3 plans, what is best for you? 1 time a week, 2 times a week, or 3 times a week, brother? Come on. Oh, man. And then most people question how much it costs. So we have another great line in here after they pick which program they want. It says, so as long as we can find something affordable, you're 100% ready to start today. Which is an important line here because the salesman's trying to sell, right? So he's trying to get the person into a commitment to decide today. Like, you ready to start today? You ready to decide today? I want you to decide today. That's what the salesman's trying to do, right? So then they give you a book, do measurements on your body, and then they want you to convince you that as they explain the program, the workouts are going to be different. And I quote here, just like you get bored, so does your body. So that's why we rotate workouts. That's so untrue, you guys. I believe it was Dorian Yates, who is Mr. Olympia 4 times. He did the same exact workouts. And as well as Jay Cutler, another Mr. Olympia, same exact workout. It's not what you do, it's how you do it. The sooner you realize that, it's called workout intensity, the more gains you'll have. Moving on. So already kind of a red flag there. You're just trying to keep somebody entertained by switching up the workouts at that point. And then he goes more into the book, but let's flip over here to the next page. So at this point, it basically, it's $0 to enroll, which is just a fancy way for saying we don't charge you any extra fees. And then, as we discussed earlier, to get your permanent results, it's going to take 10 to 12 months. So, right, like I said earlier, I said, remember these numbers about 1 pound a muscle a week and 1 pound of fat, so on. It's because they're setting up with the math to get you to sign up for 10 to 12 months. And then you obviously show them the prices at that point and let them decide. And a lot of people have rebuttals. So it brings us down to the rebuttal section here. Oh, I can't afford it. Are you sure you have high quality trainers? There's tons of rebuttals to not buy fitness in the book, but you are trying to sell. The salesman's trying to sell to you. He wants to get that money out of your pocket, brother. So every time you rebuttal, his script has some predetermined statements written down here for you to talk about, right? So one of them, I totally understand, but you see the benefit of having a trainer. Who doesn't, bro? How is it going to feel when you get to blank pounds at blank percent body fat? So whatever you explain to them, how is it going to feel when you meet your goal? Obviously good, dude. And then here we go. How much is physical fitness and health worth to you? And then you basically go on and talk to them. Don't you want to scoop up your kids and be healthy to see your grandkids? Don't you want to live until you're 80? Yada. So you basically are playing on their fears because you want them to sign up so you can get your bonus. All right. Here's another rebuttal here. Oh, by the way, the last one, it even has in parentheses, lower your tone to make it even more serious. This is ridiculous scamming bullshit. So the next one here is, so what I'm hearing is that you really want to do it. I just have to customize something for you, right? Our smallest program is $45 a week. That's more of a no-brainer, right? Dude, I can come in 1 day a week. That's a no-brainer. I don't need to pay $45 extra on top of my membership to come in and use machines, even if I didn't know what I was doing. Good Lord. So they're trying to get you into this mindset and frame. Oh, this is just what people do. You know you need that, which is totally untrue. All right. And then back to the customization here. The only customization the salesman's talking about is that he can set you up for 3 times a week, 2 times a week, or 1 time a week. That is 0 to no customization, by the way. And just to finish this off here, you're basically customizing it and talking to them. The last line here, perfect. Because you enrolled with your membership today, you qualify for unlimited group training. So there's the cherry on the cake right there. Is you basically are baiting them in to come talk to other people and into group training, which I've seen in person. It's really not worth a shit. Anyway, guys, I just make this video to give you an idea of who you're talking to in the gym. And when you talk to those employees with those name tags and that name of that gym on their shirt, the conversations they're having, you could say they're just playing games with you to get money out of your pocket. The sooner you realize that when you go into a gym, those people are not your friends. You can teach yourself all this personal training stuff yourself, or you could go find yourself a personal trainer at a hardcore gym who will literally give you an entire 60 minutes of his time and more effort towards your diet, your program, and any questions you may have when you're not around him for that hour, which would be much greater investment of money than coming into a fitness scam where they got it all scripted out just to answer any rebuttals or anything you may have against it or whatever. But all in all, you guys, just try to pay attention to that BS. There's a lot of people in the fitness industry that are out there scamming and out there that don't actually want to have a legitimate conversation, and they're just looking to steer that conversation in a way to put money in their pockets. Spencer D, I hope this helps some of you guys out there. Don't forget to learn and better yourself. It's well worth it. Go get that experience, you guys, and watch some YouTube videos. Training is super simple, you guys. I've been doing it for 15 years. Started at 160. I'm like 265 now. It's super simple. DM me, coach, if you need some help. I'd love to help people. Anyway, signing out. See you guys in the next video.